Okay, guys and girls, I'm gonna shoot a quick video of this 66 F100. It's a factory short bed. It has a 394 speed in it with power steering. The rear brakes were all seized up on it from sitting. An older gentleman had it, and he actually hurt himself. He hurt his leg once, and then he had a organ removed or something, so he basically couldn't drive the truck anymore. It sat outside, and we all know what happens to stuff that sits outside. So the rear brakes were seized up in that. I got those. I put all new shoes and hardware kit and wheel cylinders in the rear. Got them all bled out. They're good. I put new spark plugs in it. The gas was kind of nasty in it. I put all fresh gas in it and some seafoam and stuff. It's starting better in that. It needs to be driven. I got one of the headlights was burned out. I got it working. Basically, kind of trying to get it going. It's still a little bit of a project. It runs and drives now under its own power and all that, but it is bagged, and it does have an airline leaking in the rear. This truck is super solid, and I mean super solid. It's got a real nice seat in it. The factory gauges work. This window needs to be put back on track. Two of the outer body supports up in the front have a couple inches of rusty area on the outer only. They would not need completely repaired. And the floors and rockers and cab corners and the body itself, there's a ding there from where he lowered it on a parking curb, obviously on both sides. The tailgate works. The bed, obviously could use a fresh coat of paint, but the cool thing is somebody went through a lot of work to raise that bed up. The C-notch and all that stuff is done very nicely. It needs an oil change. It needs an oil change, but and I have not washed the motor yet. I haven't gotten into any kind of cleaning or detailing yet, but it does have one of the lifters sounds a little noisy, which I was going to change the oil and put some fresh oil in there. The alternator's charging. The alternator works good. The factory gauges work, which is kind of funny to me. Kind of cool that they still work. Factory temp gauge does work because I let it warm up earlier. The gas gauge seems to be working. Alt gauge works. Oil pressure gauge works. It actually gets up closer to 60 plus at an idle. Like I said, oil change probably go a long way. This is cool. The little hazards flashers still works on the dash. Kind of neat. You can hear that one lifter, and it was not noisy the first time I started it. So, and it does have a little bit of an exhaust leak also, but kind of neat that it's got power steering. Everybody who really knows these trucks knows. Not many of them did. Like I said, very solid truck. A ton of work done to it. It's got a real nice seat in it. I'll show you you can hear that line leaking on this side. I've got it to where it'll hold air, so you can move it around, drive it around. I got the pumps hooked up on a toggle switch. That used to turn itself off and on, but that was actually part of the problem. When the one line started leaking, it was running, and it actually burned up the setup. So I just hooked it up on a toggle switch. I wasn't going to try to track down that particular setup. Anyways, so once that's as high as the rear goes. Well, maybe an inch more, and then the front is actually all the way down. The front will go all the way up, the old tail dragger style or whatever you want to call it. But just a super solid, neat old truck. Like I said, 390 4-speed. I'll put the price on the ad. And like I said, horn works, lights work now. I may still have to mess with the brake lights. All the tail lights and lights work. I may still have to mess with the brake lights. I got to check now that I'm done with the brakes. Like I said, I put all new rear brakes on it. They were seized up. So a little bit of a project, but does run and drive. Just needs somebody to spend a couple hours on it, if that, you know, and kind of make it your own if that's what you desire. But it's a super, super cool start to a solid truck. Anyways, like I said, I really like the truck, and the tailgate does work good also, by the way. I got everything lubed up and working good. So there you go, 1966 F100 394 speed. The frame is excellent, by the way, guys, and they did a nice job on the C-notch and all that stuff. So 1966 F100 short bed 390 4-speed power steering.